Hey loves, it's Amber and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. Today we are here in CAS to do a base sim challenge, and this is actually a very special base sim challenge because it is my first base sim challenge. So I created this base sim. She will be available for download on the gallery. You can find her under my gallery ID, Simbersanders, same way it is spelt here. But I'll also have all this information down below in the description bar if you need it. So for a base sim challenge, for those of you who aren't familiar or don't know the rules, which I'm sure most of you probably do, but we'll go over it anyways, just in case. This is a sim that just kind of serves as a base. So you can give them a makeover, you can change them, but you don't want to change their facial structure or body. So if you decide to give her a makeover, feel free to change everything about her other than her facial structure and her body. But otherwise, you can change everything. If you want to have a different skin tone, I actually changed her skin tone. Feel free, have at it. I love to see how creative and how different each base can look depending on what you use. If you use CC, use CC. If you don't, don't. Whatever works for you when it comes to creating a sim. Now I use CC, so we're using a good bit of CC for this sim, and I think she turned out really cute. I actually did do a full makeover for this sim, so I did all of her outfits, which I don't usually do in a lot of my cast videos just because it takes me quite a bit of time to make a sim. This was a little bit shorter because I already had the base, but it can take me like a good hour to make a sim. This actually did take me like 40 minutes, but it's sped up, so it's fine. I wasn't really sure what vibe I wanted to go with. I ended up randomizing her traits before I made her because I was hoping they would kind of help me out. But I don't know that her trades really gave me a lot of a vibe. She has the Master Nectar Maker aspiration. She's romantically reserved, chased by death, and squeamish. So none of those traits I feel like have like a particular aesthetic to go with. So I decided I wanted to just go with kind of this earthy kind of clay toned palette. So we wear a lot of like dusty pinks and tans, and I think that that looks really good. I think it complements her skin tone really well, and I think it turned out fun. I love pink, so any excuse to use it kind of fits for me, but this is a little bit of a different pink than I would typically do. I typically go for kind of like a hyper feminine aesthetic when I use pink, so I thought this was neat to have a little bit more of like a laid back vibe, but still use colors that I kind of gravitate towards. I also wanted to use braided hair for her. I find that I don't use braided hair a ton for my Sims, and I think the main reason for that is because I feel like it can be kind of difficult to find like coordinating hairs, and I like to change my Sims' hairs depending on their outfits. I also will say that if I'm doing like a let's play or something, I tend to like to get my Sims' hairs braided because if you know anything about like braiding and protective styles, most people don't keep their hair in braids all the time. It's kind of a style you would get for like going on vacation or just a style you would have for like some period of time. Anyways, so for those reasons, I tend not to have them have braided hair all the time, but I just love this hair. I think it's so pretty. And I think I found enough hairs that kind of are cohesive together to change them with either of her different outfits. They're not exactly the same, they're not all the same length and stuff like that, but I think they just kind of have similar vibes. Like for example, the first braids are like bohemian braids. You can see they have kind of the loose curly hair, whereas essentially none of the other ones do, but I think it's okay. And I think it still goes well. I love this braided ponytail because I gave her like such a like sharp kind of snatched jawline. So pulling her hair up is just actually chef's kiss on her. I also think she looks so good in like these earthy tones. I found this necklace and earrings in like this deep brown or like kind of chocolate brown color, and I think they accented this dress perfectly. This dress also is beautiful. I love this sort of dress. I was giving her gold jewelry because I feel like gold goes really well with her skin tone, but I realized that the necklace is silver, so I went ahead and went backwards and change the colors there. I tried to really be pretty detailed with this create a sim. I wanted to kind of give her lots of different things. So she's wearing jewelry in all her outfits. I gave her kind of different makeup depending on the outfit, and I did change her hair, I think like 3 different times. These little braids are probably the least logical of all the ones she has, but I just think this little braided style is so cute. In my head, I'm thinking that she just kind of tucked up the ends in there, so like that's kind of like a little bun at the end, not just loose braids. That's why they're so much shorter. Also, depending on how you braid, you kind of could have it be a little bit shorter, so we're going for it. Also, this sleepwear I thought was so cute. It's so perfect for the colors that I had selected for her. And I just think she turned out really good. I'm actually really happy with this sim. It's been a little while since I've made a sim. I don't think I've made any sims since like February. So this was kind of a fun challenge for me to do. Let me know if you'd like to see me create any more base sims. And dare I say, let me know if you'd like to see me create a male sim as a base sim. I'm not a male sim creator. I aspire to be like the girlies on social media that make such good masculine frame sims, but I cannot relate. And even when I turn my female frame sims to male sims, they look crazy because my female sims have ginormous eyes. I'm sure y'all probably noticed. I create very large eyed sims, but it just looks a little bit more buggy. When it gets onto the masculine frame, it just doesn't quite work. The way I set up the features just doesn't quite coordinate. So I don't know, it's kind of one of my goals is to get a little bit better at it. So you'll have to let me know if you want to see me try it. I'm willing to attempt anything and I think it could be fun. So let me know if you'd like to see a base sim challenge for masculine frame. Also, let me know if you'd like to see a no CC version of this. I'm working on creating more no CC sims just so they're a little bit more download friendly and a little bit more accessible to everyone that watches. Everyone doesn't have CC and it's very hard to have all the exact same CC as me. I do play with quite a bit of like CAS custom content, so I know it can be difficult. So let me know if you'd be interested in something like that down below as well. I'm essentially done creating her. I have almost all her outfits. We just have a couple left to go. And I struggled a little bit with hot weather because I felt like I wasn't able to pull the color palette I wanted. I feel like I tend to just put my sims in long pants for their hot weather. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted her to wear shorts because I just think shorts are cuter and more, you know, seasonally appropriate. So I finally ended up doing this and I think it's actually pretty cute. I think it's cute. The sleeves are a little long, but I don't know. I'm not sure how hot it is where she's going to live. She'll probably be fine. If she lived where I lived, she would not be wearing this long sleeve shirt in the summer, but it's our girl's prerogative, so she can do what she wants. And I ended up doing the cowboy boots because I just thought they were so cute. They fit the outfit so perfectly. For this last fit, I will say I did end up doing something I have never done. I used one of the scarves that we got with some of our reward events. I think it turned out cute. It doesn't quite cover all of her neck, so it doesn't exactly serve the purpose of a scarf, but it's pretty good. But the video is pretty much wrapping up here. I'm basically done with all of her outfits. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below which fit is your favorite and what do you think? Do you like this base sim? Do you think you're going to try out giving her a little bit of a makeover? I would love to see all your creations. If you create anything, you can tag me on Blue Sky, Instagram, or you can just upload them to the gallery and I will check that out. But I want to say thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you who take the time to spend any time with me watching these videos, and I will see you all next time. Bye.